Hey, what's up YouTube? Got my Tricopter here on the bench right about now. I haven't posted very many videos lately because I crashed it. Well, I'll tell you the story. Let's see, which one was it? This one. I lost. I was just, zooming around the park, and then this little bullet spinner tip came off, and well, I imagine you can kind of get the rest of the story. So the thing went down. The bad news is that the LCD screen here is just kind of, well, it doesn't work anymore. But luckily I had all the settings dialed in. The other lucky thing is that I had another one of these spinners laying around that fit my motors, so that's all good. I haven't put the lights back on it yet. I don't know if I will. The other thing I did is, since I was going to be working on it, I got this power distribution board, which is actually really nice. It makes for a much cleaner installation for sending power. Plus, I've got, when I go to hook the lights back up, I have an extra 2 outlets here, plus there's an extra little pin JST cut type connector right here that I can hook up to. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, see, before I just made up this fire hazard of a contraption to plug in the. I had 2 lights. I had light, and then motor. And yeah, I mean, it worked, but it doesn't work as good as this. The other thing that I've kind of learned is that for these here, before I was using zip ties, and I'll be honest, I know a lot of people say it's great. It was like kind of digging and chasing the wires here, to get it tight enough to where it wouldn't like slide around. It was digging, and I didn't like it, so I switched to just plain old good old fashioned electrical tape, and it works way better. I mean, it's easier to keep the wires clean and up on top. You can see that it's all routed here, and like before, the way that it was set up with the zip ties, this wire was constantly, when you folded it back, it was constantly wanting to get caught right in that slot right there, and when you close it, beep, scissors. That's actually what happened here. Luckily it didn't cut the wire, it just kind of shaved off some shielding. But nonetheless, I like this better. Let's see, just random other things that I've done. I was using some pieces of this clear Lexan that I've got for my motor mounts as landing gear, and I kind of didn't like that, so I switched to this packing foam type stuff. It looks really chunky, but it's really, really light. It's mostly air. So, I just kind of laid that on there pretty thick, and it's way more stable on the ground, which is nice. Plus, it, rather than just break the zip ties that used to hold it on, it just kind of gives. So, I really think I like that better. Let's see, anything else that I've learned through my travels through Tricopter land here. I don't really think there's too terribly much left to explain about what I've learned. I mean, overall, it's a pretty good system here. I am going to make another one. This one here is, let's see here. These booms are probably about 2 feet or so. What's that, 15? And Yeah, so yeah, I don't know, 19 inches or so. They're not super long, but they're not super short. I think what I want to do is make a shorter one. And I can kind of zoom around a little bit. Yeah, plus the other thing is when you get this thing all folded out, it's really big. And not that it's horrible, just I think I might like to try my hand at a smaller one, a little more maneuverable, more speedy. You know, probably still put a camera mount down here on a smaller one, but you know, there it is in all its glory. Do you have to say these mystery 30 amps have been pretty good. I haven't burned one out. Well, I did burn one out, but that was my fault. I landed in some snow, and then the snow melted, and it shorted. That was pilot error. Let's see here. That's pretty much it. I do still have my strobes on the back. If I can haul this thing around here. I put some strobes there and there. Not that you can really see them unless they're aimed straight at you, but just another way to kind of maintain orientation. Not that it's hard with this big honkin' yaw mechanism that I've got back here. Plus, the other thing, for daytime flying, having the front two props be green and the back one red, that helps a ton. That actually helps more than lights, which is why I haven't put my lights back on yet. They're still sitting here. I'll get them eventually. That's the Tricopter in all its glory. It's been out several times since I got it put back together. That was a couple days ago. So the other, got the AXN, which is a awesome airplane. You got the Stagger Wing, which is no longer flight worthy. Then you got the FT3D from Flight Test, and boy, let me tell you, that thing is a hog. I'm still kind of getting used to flying that bad boy. It's been up once. And it is definitely a 3D airplane if I ever flew one. Which, you know, not to say that I've flown a ton, because honestly that's the first. But anyway, that's my hangar right there, and the workbench. So hopefully for anybody who's watching this, you get some good use out of it. If you're building your own Tricopter, you can maybe copy some of my ideas, maybe improve upon any of my ideas in my design here. The frame is based off of David Vindesel's design, based off of it. It's not exactly the same because I don't have a laser cutter, so I couldn't get the intricate, you know, like curves back in here. I just kind of cut it straight. I did put the curve here, kind of sort of like he did, but the next one I do, I'm just straight lining it. It's just going to be a straight line, a straight line, straight line, straight line. Nice and easy. And there will be another one. This thing is so much fun to fly, and it's so easy once you get the hang of it. Video is probably dragging on, but that's alright. Showing off the Tricopter. Camera sits up here. I did put the little speaker on here. What I did is there's a little space up here between the two pieces of frame. I just kind of stuck that little speaker in there, and I hot glued it in place, that way it's not like flopping around. Used to flop around and actually kind of fall off. It wouldn't fall off, but it would kind of come loose. Didn't like that much, so I just kind of fixed it in place there. It works pretty good. I'm not sure there's a way to fix it, but this, like I was saying before, this LCD screen here is completely jacked. It's broken. I'm not getting much of a focus here. Let me get up a little higher. It's let's shed a little light on the subject too. So, what happened here? This crap off my dirty workbench is, I'm thinking some solder broke down there, and also the glass is broken. You can't quite see it in the video, but it's broken up here in this corner. So, but not like it's a huge deal. The board itself works, and I had all the settings dialed in where I wanted them. So as long as I don't have to change, it'll get me by for now. It's pretty handy. The battery mount down here, and I don't strap it with anything like some people do. I just put this massive piece of industrial Velcro on there, and then I've got industrial strength Velcro on all my batteries, and it just hangs there nice. I mean, actually, sometimes it hangs there a little too nice, and tends to try to pull this loose when I take my batteries off. So that makes it nice and easy to go fly, not having to wrap straps around anything. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. This is my most favoritist thing to fly, and some of those airplanes are pretty fun to fly, but this one here, definitely, it's easy, but it's challenging because it's so different. Similar but different. I like it. I like it a lot. And using NTM prop drive 750s, and I can't refocus on my tablet here, but these are 10 by 4.5, and let's see, this is a, let's see, what do I got here? This is a left rotating, these two are right. So, that's about it. You've made it this far into the video, probably really late at night. And you're really into tricopters, because this video has been a whole lot of nothing. No substance whatsoever. But that's okay, because we love our tricopters. So with that, it's approximately midnight, and I probably should go to bed. But I got batteries charging to go flying in the morning. This thing, gotta fly it. Typically I'll run, this is a 4,000 milliamp hour pack. I got these two that I'll run. I got a couple of 4-cell 2200s. I've used these a couple times. The motors are rated for 4-cell, but the speed controllers aren't. And as long as I take it easy, I can fly with it. But, those there make it a lot more zippy, and I could definitely see myself burning out a speed controller. For sure. That's the old setup. See where we're at here. Oop, that one's about done. Let's see where we're at. Yep, getting close. one wasn't totally discharged, it was just a little out of balance. Alright. Enough mumbling about nothing. See you later.